Hi, fourth graders. It's Mrs. Farrell. I'm the math coach at Emerson and Madison, and I'm here to do a which one does not belong number talk with you today. So as you can see on the screen right here, we have 4 different images. We have box 1, box 2, box 3, and box 4 here. What I'd like you to do is take a look at the boxes and decide which one does not belong with the others. Go ahead and pause so you can think about it, and then come back when you're ready. All right. So think about which one you thought did not belong, first of all, okay? And when I was looking at it, I thought number 4 didn't belong right away. And the reason I thought number 4 didn't belong is because all of these other boxes, all of these other squares have actual squares filled in for each of them, whereas this box over here had a triangle filled in. So I know that they filled in some full squares within this image, but there are a lot of half squares filled as well. So that was my initial thought, that maybe box number 4 did not belong. Maybe you thought of it a different way than me, but what I'd like you to do is, again, pause the video and think of another box that doesn't belong with the other 4. All right, so hopefully what we're eventually going to be able to do here is have a reason for why each box does not belong with the other 3. So I already shared with you my thinking for number 4. Again, I think this one, since it's not just filling in full boxes within the image, I think that's why number 4 doesn't belong. Now that I'm looking at it a little more closely, I know as I look at box 1 here that this is half full. The shaded area in this square equals 1/2. I also notice that if I were to move these 2 shaded boxes over, and if I were to move these 2 shaded boxes over, I would have 2 complete rows, or 2 complete columns, filled in this square. So if I have 2 complete columns filled in this square, and I had the same amount here, that tells me that both of these are equal to 1/2. As I look down here, I notice that there are only 7 shaded in boxes for box number 3. So that one is not worth 1/2. When I look at box 4, even though it's in a triangle shape, I can tell that half of this square is shaded in. So I'm going to say number 3 does not belong because it does not represent 1/2 of the square, unlike numbers 1, 2, and 4, which do represent half of the square. So that's one reason for why numbers 3 and 4 would not belong. If you haven't already thought of a reason why boxes 1 or 2 wouldn't belong, try and think of that now, and then I'll do my best to share my thinking as well. The reason I think box number 1 does not belong is because it's the only box where all of the boxes are shaded in one after the other in this type of format. So boxes 2 and 3, we have them kind of spread out, more of a random order for how the boxes are shaded in. And then box 4 was not shading in the boxes like we already talked about. So this one seems to be the easiest one to see the 1/2 because the boxes are shaded in a nice organized manner. So that's why I would say box number 1 doesn't belong. And then the last one we need to take a look at is, why does box number 2 not belong? When I look at box number 2, I struggle a little bit more with that one because it is equal to 1/2. The shaded area is equal to 1/2. It is shading in all boxes. And the only thing I can think of is that when you look at the shading, it's really a nice pattern that is reflected in the white as well. So the shaded in boxes going this way make the same pattern that the non-shaded in boxes make going the other way. So maybe you guys can think of a better way for, or a better reason for why box 2 doesn't belong. Feel free to email me with your thinking or share with a teacher, share with a parent around you. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks for listening.